5. Your head.
If you were in command of a little task force dropping into unknown and very dangerous territory, and you lost your intelligence officer and all the plans, what would you do? After a quick cup of tea, you'd obviously send out reconnaissance scouts to find out where the hell you were. The army might train its men to cope with lost plans, but most of us don't even have plans to lose. We do all have problems, we do all have decisions to make, and we do all need to know how to use our heads. In this series, I've tried to introduce you to new ways of using your eyes, your memory, creative ability, and organizational capacity. I've tried to help you use your head. In this last program, I will be keywording, so to speak, the most important parts of each program, showing how each connects with all the others. In other words, you will be building up one continuous, ongoing pattern as I review. You will recall that we compared the number of interconnections in the telephone system with the number of interconnections in your brain. We have more interconnections in each of our brains than exist in all the telephone exchanges of the world. That's the potential, but where's the evidence? The problem is that we've never devised the proper operating manual. Think, for example, of your formal education and ask yourselves the following questions. In school, were you taught how your eyes can scan print, getting all kinds of different information from it? Were you told about the different speed your eyes can travel? Were you taught about the nature of your memory? Why it forgets things? How it records things? How it can record things better? Were you taught special study techniques which would enable you to relate, not just to your own subject, but to any subject with confidence? Were you taught the nature of problem solving? Were you taught to think creatively? Were you taught to think? I'm pretty sure the answer to nearly all those questions is no. Let's look first then at the eye and the information it scans. Reading is the way you interact with symbols, and those symbols are not always words. What that really means is that reading includes the way in which you absorb, understand, and remember the information that comes to you in books, in pictures, on television, in newspapers, in diagrams, in graphs, and so on. We can break this reading process down into a number of steps. First is the ability to recognize, to know what the symbols are. If you don't, then you can't interact with them. Most of you watching this program will know the English alphabet and English words. Even if you know the words, but don't know how to look at them properly, you'll find difficulty in reading. You can instantly improve your performance by fixing your eyes on larger groups of words. And the whole process can be speeded up by using a visual guide. So properly directed eye movement and visual efficiency are important to the reading process, which, let me recap, involves recognition, assimilation, comprehension, and we must be able to retain and recall what we've read, an ability which varies with age. We start off as a bundle of open-ended opportunities. As a young child, our ability continues to improve. Through teenagehood, we get better and better. Between the ages of 18 and 25, we reach the peak. From that point on, society tells us that it's unfortunately all downhill. As a matter of fact, some of us at this time proudly proclaim that our memories are getting worse. We can't remember dates, names, faces, that we're just not as sharp as we used to be. Society also at this time prepares us, as we approach 60 and 65, to retire. It's assumed that we can no longer really function mentally well. Now this graph shows us our mental abilities as we grow and then grow older. It shows that everything declines: memory, verbal ability, mathematical ability. Fortunately, it's not an accurate graph. We can, in fact, reverse the processes. By reviewing, by constantly exercising our minds, by being creative, we can once again reach that peak. And at any stage in our life, we can pull the whole thing up and continue to improve for as long as we live. So there's hope for us all. The eye and the memory are not the only factors, though, which are important in reading and learning. It's essential also to understand and to integrate the information. A large part of the information comes to us in words, and words are like those little plant burrs that you find stuck to your clothes in summer. They have hundreds of little hooks attached to them, each hook representing a different association, interpretation, or meaning.